to talk today about deeper connections for couples. My name is Julia and I could be your photographer. I'm an adult photographer working here in London. And I have some things to talk about today, and January is a month for deeper connections. Okay? When we speak about deeper connections, and that's what we practice here at my studio, okay? Photography, what we create with couples, okay? It is designed, okay, to create a deeper bond, okay? But the reasons why, okay, people would like to try adult photo shoots, okay, not necessarily all the time that they would need a deeper bond, okay? Very often they would like to maintain the relationship, okay, or even what happens is that they already come broken, right? So there are couples who will arrive for photo shoot, okay, and they will have a great connection, okay, great intimacy, and they would have a bond, right, that don't need fixing, okay, they are great with themselves, right? And there are couples who will arrive in a totally different state, okay? There are people who live together, okay, or a long time together and do not have any intimacy, okay? So they do not have any intimacy. Some couples still love each other, okay? Still love each other and they are looking the ways to reconnect, okay? And creative experience is one of the ways how couples can do it, okay? Creative experience at adult studio, okay, touches many things, right? It's not about talking, right? Creative experience is about doing, right? Touching and doing everything in front of the camera with your partner, okay? That is the basic, okay, the basis of the whole experience, okay? And the reason why they're doing it, because they want to try new things with their partner, okay? So usually people would not perform in front of the camera, right? They would not undress in front of the stranger, okay? They would not share their sexual fantasies, right? Adult fantasies, kinky fantasies, naughty BDSM fantasies, okay? We discuss and have intimate conversations, okay, with couples before we go to the photo shoot, okay? The reason why I practice this is because you see, doing and touching, okay, and getting hands on body and going into action, it helps more, okay, than just sitting and chit chatting, all right, about things. And I'm not saying that it doesn't have to have a place. I'm not saying that people should not talk it out, okay? I'm not saying that they should be quiet about things, right? But in photo shoot, right, what I do is I do not really go into details, what is wrong with them, or why their partner is something wrong with their partner, or why their relationship is not great. I'm not going into any of that, okay? At my studio we are going into art, right? And if the couple is in a dark place, okay, then here at the studio, you see, studio photography, it is bringing bringing light from the darkness, right? That's the main point. So January, I would like to talk about deeper connections, okay? And I can talk about curiosity, imagination, passion, desire, spontaneity. I could talk about all those things, right? What's happening during creative process, right? But you see, when we talk about deeper connection, there is another part, okay? Another part of the coin, which is broken relationships, right? Which are broken connections, okay? And there are part of couples who would like to fix that, okay? So there is a situation very often here in the studio when couple arrives. I do not know, okay, which couple would be that, right? Some couples, like I say, they are great. They are in the tuned, they feel alive, they feel hot with each other, they feel creative, they feel sexy. They don't need much of the help, okay? There are most of the couples who would need a direction, who would need some, I would say, explanation what to do in the studio and how to do things in the studio. But you see, they don't need to be advised how to be intimate with each other. You know, this kind of situations. You know, there are people who forget how to touch each other. People who forget which parts to you know is for the partner is the most sensitive. Okay, where should we do, what should we do, and how to put that partner into a sexy mode, into stimulation, right? So I discuss, you know, some things about sensuality, about habits, what they like to do, right, with each other, right? But for that reason, that I could make them do new things. Okay, I could push them into something what they have not tried. Okay, I'll just figure it out in my studio during the consultation, what they usually do, okay, and what they like, right? And during that photo shoot, what we create, right, and the creative process is it's spontaneous. Okay, it's just something what you do it instantly without any planning, right? That's the whole point, to put couples into that creative mode, right? Very often couples do not know, okay, how to be in this mode, creative, right? So that's why they're practicing, that's why they're trying new things, that's why they're going to adult studio, that's why they're creating photo shoots, right? I believe that sexy pictures and creating sexy pictures, or learning, okay, to make hot and sexy pictures, it could be a ritual that couple would maintain as a connection, okay. And what I mean is that, you see, every photography or every photograph you make tells the story, okay, and you can tell it without words, okay. When people are listening to the music, they like the song, right, or they resonate with the words, and it just talks to them, and they really love, okay, love that song, okay, just because it's something what they experience, right? There are many things when it comes to erotica people cannot express, and it's hard to tell, okay. And it's not that even hard to tell to the stranger, sometimes it is hard to talk with your partner, even with the person who are you with for a long time, okay. So that's the thing. So let me just go back to my topic, which is going to be a deeper connections, okay. And deeper connections I discussed today because I am creating erotic photo shoots for couples, okay. And that's what we do. We do practicing touching, right? We do practicing some erotic illusions, some fantasy moves, some role play scenarios, okay, so that the relationship, which is maybe it's good, okay, already, can be better, right? People now looking for something what is flourishing, something what is amazing. They don't want just to have make love situation. They want to have great make love situation, right? I'm not using this word because I'm being careful here on TikTok. So what I'm saying is that couples can have make love scenarios, okay, and they can have intimacy and intimate role play games, right, in front of the camera. And that's where they can get this novelty. That's where they can get this new thing, something new, to do something, what is not usually, okay, they doing together, right? So deeper connection, it comes, you see, it comes from the place where people feel safe, okay, when people feel happy together, where people feel cozy together, right? But deeper connection has a never end, okay, the stick has a never end. You see, people would like to have a desire and passion and excitement, okay, and these things come from the new places, right? going into new places with your partner, trying new things, yes, going through new experiences, okay? And these like opposite poles, right? So from in one point, couples are very happy with each other and live a routine life, right? But from that routine life, okay, this passion disappears, dissolves from the relationship, right? And to have this desire, they need to go and try risky things. Yeah? Risky things. Explore new areas. Explore new fields, right? And have a novelty. Novelty for themselves, right? Discover something new. From there, desire comes, right? And here at my studio, that is what I'm focusing on. Okay? Focusing on. When people come to adult studio, they think that they will be doing stuff, right? They will be doing love making. But there is a lot of love making and feeling nothing. Okay? And there are these situations between people when there is just a duty, there is just routine actions, right? And people lose that connection and people lose that passion, right? And there is no desire when they're doing all this love making, right? So when I have this situation at my studio with a couple, and in general with every couple, we start very slow. Okay, we start from pacing, touches, okay, going around each other, right? Kissing, cuddling, these type of things, slowly undressing, slowly dressing. Now he's doing something, then she's doing something, okay? And that's how we change, right? And I am here with a camera tool, usually analyzing, okay, couples connections, right? Taking every step with them towards something hot and sexy, something really magical, right? People don't want just to have an experience; they want something very special and very unique. Okay, and when they go to photo shoots or adult creative studios, they can have two experiences. One is a straightforward shooting just your body, a naked body, just undressed without any mm, emotion or any sexual energy, without nothing. You can just undress and take a picture, and that's gonna be one experience, right? But in the reality, I don't think that this is enough. Okay, I think that now we live in the zone where we want more. Okay, and we stay with the partners because they are great and amazing, not because they are opposite sex and we have no choice. We have a choice and deeper connections and curiosity and variety and all those kind of things going into desire and being in the edge together. It's very important to maintain that deeper connections and to find for your partner and for yourself places that are undiscovered. You see, I believe that we all have, special places to go, right? And make love situation, it is a place where couple going, right? And the first thing what I ask is for my couples how far they would like to go during the photo shoot. Okay. So the first option, what people would say, for example, they don't want anything like make loving, expose themselves to the level, right? They would just say we want a simple body nude photography, okay? And that's one option, right? But now more and more people would like to go into make love scenarios, okay? And they would like to have a photography, okay? And they would like to have videos, make love videos, right? And they would like to capture fantasies, okay? They would like to have all of that, okay? In the relationship which are romantic and which are creative, okay? And when I speak about creative and romantic relationship, that's what keeps couple alive. Okay, when you see couple, you could say how alive. It's like measuring the pulse, you know. you could see how alive they are. Okay. And the opposite of the alive, of course, it's a dead relationship, right? When couples are together for certain reasons, right? And they even can be in love or best friends, okay? Or just how to say, they just don't have intimacy, right? There are a lot of people who live in the relationship and do not have intimate connections, okay? And that energy, it's faded, okay? And it's not that it's faded, it's there, but both people do not know how to access it, okay? How to access it. All resources that we need are inside us, okay? And every couple can access it. And here at my studio, I found a way, the fastest way how to access Eros energy for couples who are in a stale position, who are in a swamp, who are stuck, right? It's photo shoot with hot and sexy models. Believe me, depending on what they book and what they like to try, but it actually restarts the relationship from new, from scratch. Okay, people think that this will break them, and there are cases sometimes when it will break them, but most of the time it will make them. Okay, and that is something what I practice in my studio, and I don't think any psychologist will offer that. Any therapist will offer that in any therapy sessions. But I found through many years of experience that this is a very fast way to reconnect the couple. Okay, and just to check their eros energy. Okay, to see how another dimension, another energy which will be introduced, okay, to that couple will stimulate them towards what will happen with them, okay? Because very often people will reevaluate the relationship and find out that there are many things that connecting them, that there is something special in there still, and that they would like to stay and see for themselves, experiment, and just go out of that crisis, okay? So that's what I do at my studio. I experiment with people, and of course I experiment with their relationships. Okay, that's what I do. So photography in general, as you know, every relationship is a story, right? And photography, what it does, it creates a story, right? The first thing what you use in the photography is light, okay, lighting. Lighting is the first element what we use. Of course, the camera or technical stuff what we capture with our couples is cameras, right? So you can use different kind of settings, right? But the most important thing is energy, right? If the couple do not have a connection and the couple do not present the erotic energy, they do not have desire or passion, you can fake it, right? If you are very talented artist, photographer, you can fake the passion, okay, with the lighting, and you can fake the desire. But in terms of the energy, the image will be empty, right? Image will be empty. That's how I evaluate. Okay, so when I see the images and when I see the artwork, I look, is it sexy? Is it hot? Is it not? Okay, and I also can tell when the couple start generating this erotic energy, okay, at which moment, okay, because you see, you are being there with them present, and every moment is unique with that couple, okay. And there will be this moment which is a breakthrough, right? It's a breakthrough. Sometimes couples which I say in a very hot state, right, good connection, they express it much earlier, right? But some couples need time, and usually normal session takes 2 hours to 3 hours, okay, to create proper great content, okay. So let me just go through some things I would like to discuss. Expansive imagination, Okay, imagination in general, right? When we are children and we are learning, we use a lot of imagination, right? Because every curriculum we will go, we would just work on that topic. When we are in the working area, there are a lot of jobs that do not have imagination. Okay, and then they coming back home, and imagination and imagination is not present, right? So what it is, eros energy, it is an imagination. Everything what is sensual starts in your head. That's where it starts. Okay, people think that it starts in your body. People maybe something that it is important to activate the genital area, but that's not true. Okay, everything starts in your head, and it's the most powerful tool, okay, for your eros energy to create. That is why, like I say, we start slow at the photo shoot. I do not make couples undress, and I do not make them, you know, go straight away into hardcore scenes, right? It is very important for me to create that energy, and that couples would go into this free zone. Okay, free zone is it's an atmosphere where couples will create without any judgmental feeling. Okay, when you are embarrassed, when you are shy, when you are stiff, okay, when you are frozen, there are a lot of, unpleasant emotions which you go through before you go into that free zone. Okay, so that's what happens in a photo shoot, right? Not every person is so free inside them, okay? And they go through that stage, initial stage. In a photo shoot, when you create erotic scenarios and make love scene, there is a starting stage, okay? Where people go through their inhibitions, how they feel, right? And when I talk about erotic photo shoot, there is a very narrow understanding. Okay, people think that eroticism is just this sexuality, is just this love-making act. Okay, and in the reality, it is not enough. Okay, and in life, we proved that it is not enough. That playing, creating games, creating phases, creating certain situations, right? When we shooting, we create different kind of situations, right? And that's why I am taking every step, every moment with my couple, so that they could see for themselves how they are making and how they are creating this for themselves in the studio, right? So that they could go home, could go back home, and just be, sexy with each other. Not specifically for that time, for this photo shoot, okay? I mean, like, for the rest of their lives, you know? That's what I mean. So that's why I am practicing this with them, okay? So curiosity, imagination, being spontaneous, that's the freedom, okay? That's the freedom. That's the ability when couples let go, okay? Let go this safety handle, okay? Let go these rules they have in mind, okay? In general, make love scenarios and everything what's related to adult things in many people's life associated like dangerous things, right? Dangerous thing, they don't want to talk about it, right? Many people don't want to do it at home, okay? Something what is really naughty or really risky, prefer to do outside home, okay? And that's where the affairs happen, right? When they decide that these risky and edgy things are not for the partners and the partners cannot handle it. So that's why they're doing it on the side, okay? And the biggest downside for connection, or for great connection, of course, it's an infidelity factor, right? And infidelity sounds really beautiful, right? It's like obesity. It's a beautiful word. But in reality, there are symptoms, and there are reasons why people doing it. Okay, for men, probably you see novelty for men brings testosterone level up. Okay, novelty for men. Women, in general, what the psychologists would say, they would get bored much quicker with the routine. Okay, and now what happens is that women are allowed to behave like men. Okay, that's why this affair happens probably equally on the men and on the woman side. Okay, before you see make love situation was for reproduction. Women have to be busy and make a lot of babies. Okay, so that they would go into the fields or do other jobs and help the family. Now people make love for connection, for pleasure, for health. Okay, and saying that people make love for health, I mean it, because you see, when you cultivate and practice sexuality, right? It's general feeling loved or being loved, being touched, being in a connection, being in a great relationship, right? It changes your state. It changes your blood cocktail, what is inside. It changes the way you think and see. Okay? People, when they make love, they reduce stress in their life, how they feel, how they accept life, right? People, there is this. I like this when they saying, if the husband is kissing his wife before going to work, he would live 4 years longer, as a research, scientists made. So there are many kind of proofs that having a healthy, intimate connection helps improve health, improve relationship, and of course, when you are together, you are building a nice family life, and you're building a beautiful community around you, right? Because everyone is happy. And what happens on the other side? Okay, when there is no intimacy, okay, there is always affairs, right? There is always someone looking at the side, okay, and there is, no trust and stress and broken hearts and a lot of negative vibration and negative emotions, right? Coming out of it. So maintaining a healthy, intimate relationship, it's good for both, for women and for the men, right? And everyone can do it, if understand to the deepest, to the core why it is important, you know. So now what I think is that everyone has phones, okay? Everyone has phones, and you can take sexy pictures and send to your partner, okay? Just to occupy his brain, right? It's like a ritual. You see why I'm saying this ritual? Before, people will write letters, maybe write the poems, okay? Maybe they would suggest something, maybe they would somehow signal to each other, right? So I think photography can be that signal that people would look forward to, that special magical connection, right? Something intimate at the end of, you know, this conversation what you have, right? Photography, it started with therapy in general, right? And I think that photography will continue to be a therapy tool for people, for public, right? And someone who have not discovered this yet, I am inviting, I'm inviting everyone to change their mind. Just for that reason, if you would think about it, like seriously think about it, people when they see themselves, right? They won't see themselves. They work through a process of self-acceptance. Okay, there are a lot of people who will come to a photo shoot, to photography session, and say, "I'm not photogenic. I don't. It will be very hard to take my pictures. You will have a really hard time." Okay, that kind of a thing. And these people, you see, they have a broken image of themselves inside. they do not see it the way they should. They have that lens which occupies their brain with the negative information. There are a lot of people who are very skinny and still see themselves really fat. Okay. There are a lot of people who would just dislike themselves, okay, for no reason. Just someone said something, okay, and this program is still running in their heads, right? So, like I say, photography and learning photography and taking pictures of yourself or taking pictures of someone else, it is going to be a therapeutic process, not just beauty, not just fun. Okay, if you look at it like seriously, like I do, okay, then you will understand the benefits. Okay, the best part of it is that it's free. You can take pictures and it's free. And if you take pictures of yourself every day, right, you will create an analysis and you will program yourself to a certain outcome. You see, to go to psychologist and to get like a really good one, right, it's quite pricey. Yeah, it's quite pricey. But our head's processing information anyway. Okay, regardless you want it or not, you can't stop the information coming, you can't stop information flow, and you can stop processing information. And especially this happens in your brain, right? Most of us take pictures and we are visual people. We see and record everything what we see, right? And then in our subconscious mind, this information being processed, right? So when I take pictures of people, right, at my studio, I know that if we create something very special, which especially charged with the energy, with the sexual energy, right, they would process a lot of negative files about themselves, why they do not like themselves, why they do not like their body, why they cannot undress, why they cannot have great connection, great relationship or romance with someone, why they, staying lonely. And there are a lot of things, okay, which is going happen in your past, but still processing and still going in your conscious mind and affecting your life in general, right? So photography can help to eliminate that and process those files. Okay, so I invite everyone to create hot and sexy pictures, to take selfies, to experiment. Imagine there are people who would really, really be scared to send a hot, sexy picture to someone. Like terrified, okay, terrified. And creating a ritual, like a language between your partner, you and her. Imagine you getting hot and sexy pictures, okay? And then, of course, you have a nice day, right? You have a nice day, and and this energy can stay with you, right? And for whatever reason, right, something just happens when you receive this information, you receive those codes and you scan them, right? And sexuality is that energy which makes you alive and keep you alive. Okay, when it's gone, people go into that routine life, into stay life, into like a swamp, living in the swamp, and then looking for novelty, looking for adventure, looking for something different, okay? And that's how you coming back to that point when you want to feel great, you want to feel alive. There is something special about this energy, right? Okay, so creating connections, intimacy and pleasure to give and receive. Okay, to give and receive. That's a practice in role play scenarios with the couples we do. Okay, that's a usual practice. When we create photo shoot, erotic photo shoot for couples, it's not only portraits. Like I say, people don't want to go very much into intimacy and they are reserved with their beliefs. That is what we do. We just shoot their body. We just shoot their suit. Okay, they undress, and it is enough for them, enough stress, you know, to go through just to be naked in front of the camera. Okay, but there are couples who are going further and are interested in what happens with them if they do this thing or this thing, right? And I am always happy to experiment and go even further. And that is why I create those role play scenarios when couples can give. One is giving, one is receiving, you know, and vice versa. Okay, and vice versa. And I try different things with them. Okay, fetish, kinks, we change into, schoolgirls, teachers, policewoman, different kind of ideas we have, a pilot, whatever, and just see what will happen. That's how I push the creativity in a couple, because like I said, with their jobs, they being very functional, and they know, how to obey, how to keep the rules, what is right, what is wrong, they forget about the creativity. They forget that they can be free and they can be naughty, and they just don't care. That's the main point of erotic photo shoot. Okay, to go into that freestyle zone, that is important. Okay, so love and hate. Love and hate are two opposites, right? Excitement and fear. Okay, that's also two opposite feelings, right? What I'm going to say, sexy pictures and love each other. Changing nothing in the bedroom. Improve relationship. Improve relationship, right? So improve relationship. So you see, the only thing what will improve relationship when people will become creative. Okay, creative in their normal lives. Okay, but very often they do not know where to start, how to go about it. Okay, and if they are in a great zone, in a great experience, and they just need a push, okay, they come into a studio and they create different kind of fantasies here in the studio. If couple is broken, and what that means broken, that they don't know how to be around each other. The things what they do not inspire them. Okay, they cannot create a fire from the spark. Okay, they do not know how to feel passionate, truly passionate with each other. Okay, and they just stumble, right? And I can see this during the photo shoot, and they later will see on the images for themselves, right? That something is missing, that something is not right, and there are a lot of probably resentment or some kind of a negative energy vibration in the background. Okay, and they cannot relax, right? That's why I invite models for couples, right? And that's what I do. I create them threesome scenarios. I suggest that, or couples know for themselves straight away that they would like to invite a model and create a couple fantasy shoot. Okay, so you see, understanding about infidelity, okay, it's understanding about a condition that couple is in, okay, and understanding and not being judgmental is my position, okay, so that I've practiced this, I've tried this, and I know that it helps, okay, I know that it helps, and that's what I suggest for couples who are looking for totally new experience, right? Totally new experience. There are couples who are not ready to leave each other, who have life together or families or children together, and they want to stay. It's okay with them. What they want to do is to bring that spark back. Okay, and not many psychologists will tell you what, will explain you them, what to do. Okay, and I know that many people would avoid, okay, sitting on the couch and talking, right? It is better to get your hands dirty, talk it out, and agree together You see, I don't feel this way, that is a total, dysfunction. When two people want to be together and want to fix this and invite a model, this is their choice, right? Monogamy, it's a choice, and people practicing this, right? And if this during this practice they have different understanding that they should try something different, okay, to go back to it, right? Or they should break this thing, or they should go into something drastic, okay? It's up to them. It's up to them. It's up to them. So that is why I create erotic photo shoot with hot and sexy models. Okay, that's an option for couples. Okay, who just want. You see, there is a need for this. Okay, it's not that they want to be perverts, or they want to have this Swedish situation, or they want to live in a threesome forever. No, no, no. They in that moment, that this crisis just brought them to this idea, okay, and they both agree that it might help, it might help. So I would invite the model, I would help them to create such event, and I would shoot, I would analyze, and I would record all the moments, everything to the last memory, so that they would go through this together. And you see, like I said, all is in here, our information, our eros energy, our connection, deeper connection, our creativity comes from there. Okay, and there are some files missing or needs to be rewritten. Okay, and that helps. I've tried it, I know that it helps. Okay, so thank you so much. I had a little chat, little talk. Let me just go quickly through some questions. Thank you so much for joining and watching, and I'm just saying hi to everyone. If I have questions about photo shoot, I can hear your voice all day. Thank you so much. I should be like talking all day, at least once. At least once a day I should be going to live. I know that. Thank you so much. Okay, hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello. Could agree more with you. Thank you for agreeing. There are not many ladies here who is watching. Most of the watchers are men. Okay, but if the lady will agree, that's great. Okay, you see, this experience is not always initiated by men. Okay, there are a lot of men who would like to try, and they are not able to convince their wives. Okay, the reason why they are not able to convince their wife for a photo shoot, there are more than few. First, the wife is insecure. Okay, and insecure in many ways. Okay, mentally insecure, physically insecure about her body, financially insecure, right? So insecure, one of the things. Then the second thing is, you see, the woman will think about the consequences. Okay, maybe there will be some, she thinks about the future. Okay, there will be some threesome situation. What will happen in the future if they will do it right now? Maybe it will repeat or something. No, most of the time it's not the reason why they doing it, couples. Not to repeat it again and again. But I'm not saying this, that I shot one time couple and they never come back. There are couples who come back 3 times, okay, for that experience, photo shoots with hot and sexy models. But just because they want to go to another level and to another level, is because that the first time helped. Okay, and you see, when you're doing a therapy, it's really a therapy. Okay, everyone healing themselves. in the way they can. Okay, in general, they healing themselves from any kind of illness, right? And relationship situation, right? And relationship crisis is also like an illness. You know, people get ill. People get ill when they are in love. Okay, it's a chemical reaction, right? And they feel changes in their bodies. And people get ill when they are losing their partner or losing themselves, okay? And it's another state which is not okay. You don't feel good. There is something wrong with you, you think, or there is something wrong with your partner, or there is something wrong with this relationship. And people stay in that condition when it's not okay, okay? And that's why they're doing this therapy, okay, to find the way out, and of course to bring things to normal or things so they get better, okay. That's why people do photo shoots with hot and sexy models. Hello, hi, hello. It's because you are so fine, the women are jealous. Yes, the women are jealous, but not only women. Photo shoot with hot models make jealous men as well, okay, not only women. But I can tell you, this is that stimulus, okay? This is that stimulus that makes them then feel alive and fight for their relationship, change, okay? Re- Reconsider things, okay? It just brings that change into the relationship, okay? These are the emotions they're going through. Okay, jealous. You are beautiful from Chicago. Hello, I'm from London. Hi, hello, hello. Hi, hello. Thank you for your gifts. I have a problem with swelling. With swelling. Okay, with swelling. With swelling. It's not a problem actually. There are people who are not swelling. That's the problem. Okay. Just got a number one glitter badge. Okay, thank you so much for your badges, and I will try to translate much more often. I was planning to talk about deeper connections, and the other side of a deeper connection, of course, is why these connections are not happening. The reason why connections in the relationship are not happening because couple is missing a desire, and desire is related with risky things, dangerous things, new things, and unexplored things, unknown things, okay. That's why, okay. And the great connection and the great relationship is related with safety, with knowing things, with being familiar, with being cozy with each other, with just how to say being in a certain routine, right? And that's our two opposite directions, okay. So when couple are meeting, they're going one direction, okay, but then they realizing, okay, but there is something is missing, and the part which is missing is totally on the other direction, okay. And that's why new experiences, that's why the travel is so popular and so important, okay. uh, Very important, okay. But there is one psychologist who said that, you know, Victoria's Secret cannot fix everything, okay. So the travel cannot fix everything in the relationship, yeah. They can travel as long as they want, go around the world, okay, but there are some things they need to address to, okay. And the things inside them, okay. The things inside them, right. And that's why I'm discussing this month, I'm discussing deeper connection and preparing for Valentine, right. Preparing for Valentine. Thank you. No disrespect intended, but you look like daughter-in-law that my mom needs. You would not believe this, okay. You would not believe this. Daughter-in-law. That's nice saying. You see, we how to say, if we talk about eroticism, right? If we talk about eroticism, it's going to be a poetry, okay, a poetry. And if we talk about just doing things, it's a dictionary with words, okay, dictionary with just simple words. Okay. And every dictionary has different words, but they just words, okay? And poetry, it's something what you put those words together and you find another meaning, okay? You can impress people with beautifully lay out words, okay? And that is eroticism, okay? When you impress your partner, you don't have to, show your genitalia to impress it, right? You can impress your partner being at your best, okay? We are admiring someone when the person is at his best, at his element, okay? We desire someone when the person, for example, great driver and driving amazingly car, or having a speech on the stage, or playing a piano really well, okay? Or whatever the person would do, it's at his best, the sexiest, okay? That's where the desire comes from, okay? Not from very narrow understanding of genitalia action, okay? And that's something what probably now people need to understand, okay? That sexuality is a very small part of erotica, and erotica involves, okay, sexuality. That's how you discover each other, right? That's how you touch, that's how you understand each other. But before you touch, you can touch with the words, like, express express things, okay? Right. Thank you so much. Now there are many people who are joining. All right. Okay. You find me hot just for one reason: what I'm saying and how I'm saying. Okay. And that's what I'm just explaining. If the person feel and is at his place, okay, like the actor is playing a part really well, okay, how many of you was in love in the actor, or how many of you fancied someone on the stage, okay? It's just because the person is authentic, is real, it's in that element. You must understand this. That's the energy that you desire, okay? Not because someone is hot and someone is not hot, okay? That's the element, okay? The person is in this element. And because I work, you see, in erotica, in adult business, more than 20 years, I talk with another intensive, like it's different for me, different for me to talk about this. This is something what I think about every day, and that is something what I'm sharing with you. And at that moment when I'm sharing with you this information, I am in my element, you know? So that's how it is. That's how we want someone, when that person is at his best, okay? And at that element. Okay. Okay, Badge, you are impressive. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who's following. Okay, so just keeping you updated. Keeping you updated. Maybe I'm very slow and very lazy, but my plans for 2025 is to go and showcase my art, okay, show erotic photography that I did and I do, okay, and discuss about it, talk about it, why people need to go back to their relationship, why people need to go back to themselves, so that they later can create a great relationships, okay, find someone really amazing, okay. Where are you from? I am from Lithuania. Okay, I'm translating from London, but originally I am from Lithuania. Okay, and so every adult, continuing this conversation, every adult has this erotic energy inside them, okay, which most of the time is hidden. The reason why it's hidden is this: if someone doesn't know, okay, but when erotic energy is active, right, you see The person translates a totally different information about himself, right? Every selling point go in the adulthood go through erotic energy, right? Why models are selling goods, services? Because they establish this with themselves, okay? And other people believe it and buy it. What they buy their sexual energy, okay? That's what they buy. If we will watch movies and we will see actors, now movies, all most of them have sexual scenes involved, right? And the actors, their profiles are also related to sexuality, okay? So that's what interests, that's what is popular, okay? When you switch off the sexuality and move yourself from the childhood or childish energy. What is childish energy? Child's energy is when child doesn't have relationship, right? Child, because it's a child, it depends on parents, so it's not able to create and maintain relationships. And children do not have money, okay? So that's when the adult is in the childhood energy. If these things are present, okay, no intimate connection, no relationships, right? And financial situation is really bad. That's what happens, right? When adults are vibrating in child's energy. That's it. Very simple, right? Okay. So I speak 4 languages. I speak 4 languages. People are asking me what kind of languages I speak. I speak 4 languages, and English is my fourth language. Okay, thank you so much now for your attention. It's been almost an hour.